Hello and welcome to the Red Corner episode 39 Halloween Havoc and some typical wrestling weddings. We'll come on to that in a little bit. But, Salve, I'm Rowan, your host as per, and as always, I'm joined by Simon. How are you today?
Hello. All right. In a bit of a rush. I don't really know what's gone wrong this morning, but I've got my timings all wrong. Hence why
We're all good.
I
We're
only got
here.
here at 1:30 dead on.
That's fine. We're here.
But yeah,
That's all that
Raw.
matters.
I watched Raw. Kind of wish I'd have watched it on like 1.5 speed, to be honest, because it's an hour that one to get back. But
We'll come on to that at the end, but that was bad. It was not the best show.
you think? Oh yeah, we'll come on to it. But yeah,
There. But we'll, as always, we'll go straight into the meaty juices of AEW. So Simon's gone. We'll go straight to AEW though. Dash Gonzalez interviewed Wardlow backstage for his match at the start of the show. MJF interrupted the skates of the straight. If Wardlow wins the tournament and beats the champion, I become the AEW World Champion because Wardlow is under contract to me, which is his property. His property is my property, isn't that right, Wardlow? Asked MJF. Yeah, you got it, replied Wardlow, then slowly rolled his eyes. Samuel Guevara walked in, interrupted MJF. What a nice way to talk to people, Max. I'm not your buddy, I'm not your friend. Tonight I'm going to make sure you never join the inner circle. They had to stay down until MJF backed off as Wardlow's entrance music hits. Then we had just an incredible match. Just two big guys going at it. It was definitely an easy result to predict, but Wardlow is money.
I closed down my tab.
I was like, he's definitely done something wrong here. I'm still about Hangman Page.
Yeah, Wardlow's a big boy who's very good.
Like I think Hangman Page was always going to win. But it was how much offense or what the show in the Wardlow would get.
Yeah, I was more invested in Wardlow. Yeah, he's a big guy, but he doesn't wrestle like a typical big guy. And I don't mean that in the Keith Lee sort of wrestle like a cruiserweight type thing. Like, I don't know. I really like his finish of is it the where he sort of has them up on the top rope and then
F10
drops the knee or something?
Is that his signature? In his finisher an F10.
I don't know. He's got that as well, but on Dark he's put quite a few people away with it. It's just a knee. He's basically just like sits someone up on the turnbuckle. They fall down and he just knees them, and it's a knockout.
Right. Oh, cool! Didn't know that.
It's quite nice. Yeah, it were a good opener, wasn't it? AEW solid result this week.
Hangman had to hit 2 buckshot lariats, makes Wardlow look strong. Yeah, and we'll see who comes to face in a second, but I think it's very obvious who he would in the final Full Gear.
I'm back on the lot of excitement with Full Gear because I can watch it the same day now because obviously circumstances in this country have changed.
Locked down to Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, I'm going home for it. So.
Yeah. Thing is, this is just me and you having a conversation. I'm not going home for it, but I have to go home. It's how flawed the UK government is. I have to go home during a national lockdown, but and then I have to come back here to sort of do the lockdown, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's the government being flawed. When is it?
Yeah. When is it? Thursday. Full Gear? Oh no, I think it meant lockdown. Thursday. It's Saturday night.
This Saturday, that's fine.
Saturday night, this go home show this week.
Nice. Interesting to see what they do with the go home show. But you know who is on the go home show? It's bloody Pac. He's back.
He is. But is he going to be there in person or is it going to be a video package?
I think he's there in person.
And I hope, so do I. But I hope it's not a video package of like, "Hi, remember me? I'm still here. I can't be here yet, but I'm just sort of ticking over." Just sort of like a bit of a reminder.
I can find the tweet. I think he just said.
I hope it starts somewhere.
Yeah, he said after being away for so long, due to circumstances, Pac is back to tear shit up or something. Hold up, I'll try to find it now. There it is. After months of silence and isolation, we'll hear from Pac.
Yeah, see that to me doesn't sound like.
But at least they'll be on the show.
Yeah, it's progress. It's a start. I mean, we just haven't seen him at all, really, have we, since March?
No.
Well, yeah, like if Pete Dunne's going over there, then
Surely thing you can pack.
yeah.
Well, we'll wait and see. We had Eddie Kingston with the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny versus Matt Sydal. Really like this. Really great way. I wish it was on the Go Home show, but I love the way that Sydal had a nice bit. But once Kingston hit the had the Bulldog choke in, and just forced Sydal. Sydal tapped. Kingston didn't let go until he said "I quit." It's a typical thing of when there's an "I quit" match. The wrestler sing, but it really works well for Eddie Kingston's character. I think.
Yeah, yeah, I don't have much more to add, really. Matt Sydal, I feel like he's taken the Matt Cardona role.
Yeah.
He's just there.
There, he might is a name.
Yeah, he's just kind of floating. I don't think they've really got any plans for him.
No, luckily he's not signed. I don't think, is he?
No, well, that's why sort of why I also made the comparison because Cardona was only on a 5-match deal. I don't
Yeah.
think he bore out those 5 matches, and if
Um,
he did, they were very unmemorable.
I think he might have had 4, possibly.
Right.
I can remember. Excalibur had a sit-down interview with the Young Bucks and FTR, along with Tully Blanchard. They'll be facing off Full Gear, obviously. And Excalibur asked about Matt Jackson's leg injury. Matt said it was fine. Nick disputed and said it wasn't. Matt said, "I'll hop on one leg. Yes, I'll be at Full Gear." Matt says sometimes good people do bad things. He has the killer instinct again thanks to the arrival of FTR, and the old Young Bucks are back. FTR felt like they were being disrespectful by Excalibur and his focus on the Bucks, so they stormed off. At Full Gear, we're putting it all on the line. If we don't successfully win the AEW World Tag Team titles, we will never ever challenge the titles again. Declared Matt Jackson. It's very Cody-esque.
Yeah, it feels like they are as it's not me who came up with this idea, but they're telling 5 stories in one match, and it's like they can't decide which one to tell. Do you tell the
Yeah,
story of fighting over the injured leg, or do you tell the story of they're getting a bit more serious, or do you tell the story that this is their last chance at the titles if they lose, or do,
said so.
or
Dream match.
yeah, or do they tell the story that that FTR are just that it's not about it's about proving who's the best tag
Yeah.
team in the world as it's sort of been built for about
Mm-hmm.
like 4 years almost.
Nearly
Like
when
there's so
40
much going
years.
on, it just feels a bit muddled.
Yeah, I think the problem is this is so close to the code, and now I want Young Bucks to lose because I like the thing that AEW management. I think the only two that it works for in terms of if they won the belt was Kenny and Hangman. In terms of like, I don't think Hangman actually so Kenny. I think he could win the belt, it'd be fine. But with like the Young Bucks and Cody, it definitely feels like if they won the belts, like they're just booking the belts on themselves. So I'm hoping for them to lose and not and have the same Cody thing,
Ah,
like Cody's not allowed to challenge
yeah.
for the world
I don't
belt.
know. I think they'll get themselves out of it at some point because there ain't no
Probably.
way Cody or the Young Bucks aren't holding titles in their own company.
Well, Cody can because of the singles belt, but Young Bucks is going to be hard.
Yeah, yeah, all right, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bucks really haven't got any other alternative, have they?
No, that's what I don't understand. Well, I suppose we'll wait and see. But what was up after this? It was the Inner Circle's town hall meeting. It was Tony Schiavone and Dasha Gonzalez were here to discuss whether MJF should join the Inner Circle. So they all came out and everything. MJF said there are financial benefits to him joining the Inner Circle. He showed off a chart that displayed the Inner Circle's earning would spike if he joined the group. Jericho said if MJF tried to turn on the Inner Circle, they'd knock MJF's teeth down his throat. MJF said in the most typical heel way, "Come on, guys, I would never turn on any of you." Um, Eric Bischoff, we had a bunch of people come out. So we had Luchasaurus asking what can he do for dinosaurs. Had nothing to do with the Inner Circle, but I think MJF just took the
Well,
piss in
no,
him. I think,
the joke is that he's a dinosaur with a law degree,
and then
and
Masters.
that he's actually really eloquent.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all the joke is. It's good.
Um,
I quite like it.
Peter Avalon asked if he could join the Inner Circle. I quite like that. This is just his
Yeah,
reaction when he said no.
the Britt Baker stuff was funny as well.
Yeah, Britain
With
Rebel are great.
Rebel totally just like nerding out, and then came Eric B from Wisconsin.
Well, when it said Eric B from Wisconsin, did not click at all that it was Eric Bischoff. Even though it was announced, I was like, "Who's Eric B?"
Um,
Um,
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about it, to be honest.
No. Well, he asked MJF, what can you do for the inner circle? MJF replied, friendship. What is it that you believe the inner circle can do for you? I firmly believe that once I joined these great men in the inner circle, I could learn how to be a team player. Chris Jericho is a prima donna, and you possess many of their same traits. What's the guarantee that if you join the inner circle, you and Jericho don't wind up killing each other? Asked Eric. No, this is so preposterous. Um, Jericho demanded that MJF answer Bischoff's question. MJF replied, "After all I gave to you, what haven't I done, Christopher?" Um, Basically, Jericho said, "You haven't beat me, but if I'm going to give you a chance to do that at Full Gear on November the 7th, it's going to be MJF versus Chris Jericho for one-on-one. If you win, I'll allow you to join the inner circle." MJF says he'll do whatever it takes. Ortiz and Sammy don't agree with it and said he's got a challenge for next week. It'll be Sammy and Ortiz versus MJF and Wardlow. Um,
There's a dynamic here which I don't think I've ever seen before, where he's got to win to join, but it's not like a blood feud, but it is a bit of a feud.
yeah, he's got to beat. You rarely see this with feuds. Like normally, it's like, oh, if you beat
Well, I don't know. We had something similar on
Slapjack,
Raw, but on a far worse level.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Is it the Survivor Series qualifying?
Yeah, Braun
Yeah,
Strowman's
stupid.
potential the current teammates have to beat Braun to keep him off the team, but like Braun would be like the best guy on the team, so why would they want to beat him?
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
typical logic. But yeah, I actually really like this town hall segment. What
Yeah,
MJF
it was
Jericho
really
do was
funny.
good.
It was just, I think the most interesting bit was probably at the end where he says, "I'll do anything to win."
Mm-hmm.
And Jericho goes like, "Yeah, sure you will." And then MJF sort of like pulls him in and just goes like, "And I mean anything."
Mm-hmm.
There's
It'll be interesting to see what he does.
something's coming.
Something's happening. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. I'd love it if he hits Jericho with the ring, pins him, and then celebrates like he's got the WrestleMania win.
Yeah, I
And
don't know.
Jericho,
I'm not going to speculate because I've got no idea, and
that's
I'm
the thing.
looking forward to just seeing it
It'll
unfold.
be interesting where they go. And we had the first ever lumberjack match for the TNT Championship. Fresh Sweet Orange Cassidy with the best friends versus Cody, with Dustin Rhodes, QT Marshall, and Arn Anderson. The reason for the lumberjack match was stipulation was prevent the Dark Order from interfering. That worked well. But it's basically typical lumberjack match, inside outside, bit of beef. Referee got distracted. John Silver came in, pump kick on Orange Cassidy. Arn Anderson hit Orange Cassidy on the outside. Cody didn't know any of this has happened. He hit the crossroads, pins him, and then it cuts to Darby Allin sat in the rafters just watching on as he's got Cody Rhodes at Full Gear.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the card now. It looks unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. We'll do
There's not a match.
predictions at the end if you want.
There is not a match on there. I don't think I'm
Don't want
interested
to.
in. Yeah,
We'll do
Moxley.
predictions at the end if you want.
Yeah, we will. But just
Go on.
Mox versus Kingston. Yeah,
Yeah.
FTR Young Bucks. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the rest of them. Wow.
Good.
Yeah, I don't remember
I
much.
maybe women's.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not to Nyla Akira.
they've built the women's division shockingly, but at this point
Yeah.
with AW, I'm just going to take what I get.
It's the same with the WWE with the Survivor Series. I love Survivor Series, so I'll just take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, well, yeah, I normally like Survivor Series, but I'm finding it hard to care this year.
Yeah.
They bleed red.
Backstage, Kip Sabian and Miro assaulted best friends. New crown NWA World Champion Serena Deeb versus legit Lil Hirsch in a really good match. Really enjoyed it. It was a sleeper, but
Yeah, it was, but I don't know. AW don't follow this too strictly, but you've got Serena Deeb, new NWA Women's Champion. Her challenger record pops up on the bottom of the screen. 0-1.
yeah, that doesn't mean. All they had to say was NWA have put this fight up. Instead of NWA say we would like it's Serena Deeb versus Lil Hirsch on AEW TV. That's all you had to say. And it's like so AEW didn't get a choice on who would face her.
Yeah, I'll just do it as an open challenge.
True. But I don't think the reaction would be huge.
Yeah, but like, don't build it up to be someone important. Just do it on the day. Be like, up and challenge who wants it, and then be like, okay, plucky up and come and challenges for the belt, gets a good showing, but doesn't win. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex Marvez interviewed Kuroshida. Nyla Rose, you want me? I want you a full gear. Sean Spears on a 10-match winning streak, accompanied by Tully Blanchard versus BSK. Go on.
Sean Spears is on a 10-match winning streak.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. They've been going.
I feel like he's never got going. I feel like we're still trying to start him over a year after Cody.
He ate a loss. What's it called? He ate a loss, and then there was a thing of Tully just going to him saying, "You need to step it up," and Sean going, "Fine, I will." Do you know, like, he had the jokey stuff happen to him, and Tully basically went to him in a backstage segment, "You need to."
He went in a black glove that gives you magical powers.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's working. It's working. Spears scooped up VSK and Fireman's Carrier, hit the C4, and then pins him. Someone dressed in a Halloween costume was sitting inside heckling Spears, throwing Halloween candy at him. Spears grabs him, throws him in the ring. He takes off the mask. Who is it? Well, sorry.
It's Scorpio Sky.
It is. And you know what? I'm actually happy with that. Scorpio Sky, Sean Spears. Could be worse. Get Scorpio a bit of a singles thing.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's all right. It's the two guys that there's no one in AW who I don't like. There's no one bad, but they're good. They're guys. They'll have a.
I think with AEW, you compare it to WWE, there are a lot of guys that are just, I don't feel any hate towards them, but I don't particularly like them.
Yeah, which is better than them being. The thing is, in WWE, you feel a certain way towards everyone because everyone is either booked really good or like really bad.
Yeah.
And as a result, that gets some kind of reaction. Whereas in AW, if everyone's booked well, you just like, yeah. Oh, well done. Everyone feels strong. Apart from Avalon and Cutler, no one feels like they're at the bottom of the card.
Yeah, but the thing is,
who would be at the bottom of the card apart from them two?
Avalon, because Brandon Cutler got a win.
Yeah, in terms of like proper guys though, who like dark themes.
Who like someone who should be higher that isn't? Or
yeah. So well, no, just like who's at the bottom of the card. Like if you WWE, who is there? Mojo Rawley. Who is there? Bo Dallas.
It's got to be the.
Is it? It's not Santana and Ortiz, but they never win.
They never win, but they don't feel like you feel like they can win.
TH2 barely get on TV.
TH2 probably it.
Yeah, maybe.
Jack Evans.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
Because they just use dark guys like Brian Pillman Jr. or like Austin Gunn or something.
Yeah.
What was that stuff about the Gun Club have joined the Nightmare family?
Yeah, next week. This week it's the Gun Club and Cody versus Dark Order.
I just thought it means like they get to wear the merch or something. I don't really know what it means. You're not going to have Austin Gunn come down with Cody to the ring, are you?
No, they're just teaming up for this week against John Silver, Colt Cabana, and one more. Maybe Alan Angels.
Well, that's
yeah. But the main event, it was Kenny Omega versus Penta, who would face Hangman Page. Yeah.
What do you need to say about this match? It went as you'd expect.
It was the AAA belt as well, I think.
No, it wasn't. He just.
Well, it was just a. Right.
It was. It was one of the best 15 minutes. It was the best 15 minutes on AEW.
Yeah.
It was. It's Kenny Omega versus Penta. Like they were probably going at about 20% of what they could do, and it still felt like an insane TV match.
There's not much to say apart from it was just an incredible match.
Yeah, Kenny got the big entrance. Ended up winning with the one-winged angel. The cleaner dancers were wearing the Lucha Bros masks. The next guy like he wasn't looking.
I really liked it. It's an incredible match. It's a match that you would have expected to be this wonder thing, and we all knew Kenny were winning. As soon as at the start of the show, Hangman won, it's like Kenny's winning. That's the final. But I don't think anyone had any qualms with it. I think it was like, it's happening.
It didn't take away any of the intrigue because, oh wow, Oh, so I thought on Bleach Report they said this was a match of the year, and I was like, send it on.
Yeah,
But
not that long.
they say his match with Hangman Page at Full Gear could be match of the year.
Could be.
But it could be. I don't know what my match of the year is so far.
Same. That's same. I don't know. Do you want to do predictions though for AW? Full Gear, because it's this weekend. Are you ready for the big matches first? Orange Cassidy versus John Silver.
It's got to be Orange Cassidy.
I'm going to go John Silver. Why not?
Really?
Why not? Fair balance. Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose.
I know you don't take these predictions too seriously.
Excuse me.
Come on.
I think John Silver can pick up the win.
The guy has just been beat by Cody 3 times for the TNT title. You're telling me that 10 days later he's going to get beat by John Silver on a free show?
Yes. It's John Silver's match to win. It really is. Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose.
I was just going to say that's nearly as bad as you predicted. I think it's Sonny Kiss to win some match one time.
It was Sonny Kiss to beat Cody Rhodes for the belt.
Yeah, that was it. That was the one.
I was close. No, it was Sonny Kiss to beat Kenny Omega in the quarterfinals of the tournament.
It was Sonny Kiss to beat Cody.
Were it? I knew it was one of them.
I remember it now.
Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose, by the way.
Shida.
Sure. Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara in the Elite Deletion match.
Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, I think I'll go Sammy as well. Just
why would you have this again if Matt Hardy just win?
Yeah, I'll go Sammy. Chris Jericho versus MJF. If MJF wins, he's allowed to join the Inner Circle.
MJF.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is pointless. Well, it probably isn't pointless, but it's MJF.
FTR versus the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks lose. They will never challenge for the AEW World Tag Team Championship again.
The Bucks.
FTR. I'm gonna go for it.
Oh. I don't know. I could. It could go either way. I think it's one of the more balanced matches.
Cody versus Darby Allin.
Cody, but I wouldn't be surprised if Darby Allin pulls off the shot.
I'd like to if Cody win. Darby wins.
Yeah,
I really would.
I feel like you don't win many big matches, Darby, but
no, but he always puts up a fight. John Moxley versus Eddie Kingston in an I Quit match. John Moxley. And finally, it's not going to be the main event, but Hangman Page versus Kenny Omega. Unless maybe Moxley Kingston opens the show.
I think this could be the main event because I think you'll know who the champion is, and then your final match is learning who the new contender is.
I think Moxley Kingston opens the show.
Maybe.
So it feels important. Still got that importantness.
I think it's Hangman Page. Page beats Mox, Omega beats Page. Or the other way around. Oh,
I want to go for. I have to go for my boy. I do, Hangman Page. Oh no!
I'm going with Kenny. Kenny beats Mox, and then Hangman Page gets the big feel-good win over Omega.
Oh no! Oh.
But whatever happens in this match, they are the next two champions. It's just a case of who and when.
I think, you know what? I think you're right. I think Kenny beats Hangman. Hangman beats Kenny for the belt. Kenny loses it to MJF.
Can he lose it to MJF?
I think MJF is the third title holder.
What, you think really do. The next champion?
No, I think it goes Kenny, Hangman, MJF.
Okay.
MJF gets a big heel win over Hangman.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, that is honestly like 2 years in the future.
I'd say a year.
Because Omega ain't going to beat Mox until Revolution.
Yeah.
And then he'll hold it for about, I reckon, like 9 months or so.
Hangman
wins.
Probably.
And then Hangman, I don't know. I think a lot of it's dependent on when we have fans in.
Yeah.
But you can't book to that anymore.
You can't because you don't know how it's all going to change.
You don't know. Yeah.
You know what? They've left the booking very open. That was AEW, and that was Full Gear. Look forward to it this weekend. Match of the night. I think it's going to be Hangman Kenny, surely.
Match of the night.
Maybe Darby Cody.
The match I'm most looking for. Oh, I've got Jericho and Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
To me,
I think it's the
without
best
doubt.
gimmick type thing. It's got the
He's,
most to come with it.
yeah, I just love. I just MJF and Jericho. I mean, as I mentioned last week, politically Jericho's not in the best books, but he's Jericho in it.
You got. I think you've got to take that out of the question and just look at it in wrestling sense.
Yeah,
Baby.
yeah. Because if you were to do that for a lot of people,
You'd be fucked.
I'm surprised more people. I know we're coming on to NXT, but I'm surprised more people haven't picked up on the fact that Raquel Gonzalez is a huge supporter of Latinos for Trump.
Yeah.
or for instance, anything to go by. But yeah,
It is unreal. But we'll take a trip over to Orlando for Halloween Havoc. First of all, set design, amazing.
This was phenomenal.
It was good top to bottom. So the show opened up with the first spin the wheel, make the deal. It came out to a Devil's Playground match, which put it bluntly is a street fight match, but we'll skim past that. Johnny Gargano versus Damian Priest. Well, just a lot of stuff
It was all
happened.
about the spots, wasn't it? All I remember is when they just sort of went up to the wheel.
Yeah. So a little bit's happened in the ring, like typical street fight stuff, like chairs, trash cans, etc. They end up brawling. Gargano pulls out a kendo stick, does a cocky thing. Priest pulls out a nightstick just from behind. They have a lightsaber practical battle there. Gargano and then Priest battle. They go to the back. No, they go to a casket. Gargano opens a casket. A thing jumps out at him. He super kicks it. They go backstage. They get a fake. Priest gets a fake pumpkin thrown on his head. They end up brawling to the top of sort of where the wheel is, and there's like a big mound of dirt, possibly. I'm guessing I think the reason was, if there was a casket match, that's where it would have been.
Yeah.
Or a buried alive match. So that happens. They brawl up the top. Gargano gets some good offense, and then Priest just switches it all up, and then a man in a robe and a mask comes around and hits Priest with a lead pipe before handing Gargano a tombstone, and then Gargano hit Priest over it.
It were quite fun. It were different finish because obviously, like, it took him like 20 seconds to pin him.
Yeah, well, because it hits him with the tombstone. Priest just sends himself flying off the stage. Then Gargano has to crawl all the way around and out to the ring.
Damien Priest makes me laugh. I was just his entrance.
Oh,
I just found really amusing. Just the way he was giving himself whiplash on the ropes to his own theme.
he's good in it.
Very
I think he's one of the next champions, main champions.
Damien, really?
Yeah, genuinely.
Yeah.
I think now he goes on a thing of like he wants the main belt. So do with Karrion Kross. When's Karrion Kross back on top?
I think Karrion Kross has got another few months left. He's only been out for just over 2 months.
But have you seen that on the Twitters and stuff? He's already working out. On Twitter and Instagram on Scarlett Bordeaux's and his own.
No, I haven't seen this.
Also, another question: who attacked Priest for Gargano?
It was meant to be. What's she called? Indy Hartwell.
But she got COVID.
I think that was the implication.
But it was too tall. Surely you would have just chosen a wrestler who looked very similar to Indy Hartwell in height wise.
Maybe. I kind of hope it just doesn't get explained because I just think that'd be funny. Just like the fact that there is just random ghosts.
It's just helping Gargano out.
Yeah, I can't find out on
About it. But great match. Really good match. But then we got this was one of my favourite segments of the night, and it was so predictable, but I popped for it. So Pat McAfee comes out with Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, and they're just typical heel promo. McAfee's just hyping up Lorcan and Burch. And then the Era's music hits, and it's obviously just Kyle O'Reilly because Fish, Strong, and Cola all out. And so the music hits, and Kyle O'Reilly comes out just with steel chair, doesn't say anything, gets in the ring, and he does the typical wrestling thing. He goes to go in, he fakes it, and music is on the Titantron. It's bloody P Dunne. P Dunne's over in the America. Thought, great, this is so cool. P Dunne, he'll have this valiant baby face. Him and Kyle O'Reilly fend off the nasty heels, and it might lead to a tag team match in a couple of weeks. Boom. Kyle O'Reilly, Pat McAfee calls him a coward for using the chair. Kyle O'Reilly goes, fine, throws the chair down. Kyle O'Reilly steps forward. Boom. P Dunne hits him with the big steel chair. Just a big little not heel turn, I'd say, but it was definitely heel movements from Pete Dunne. Well, it's a heel turn. Really loved it. He's with McAfee.
It is. It is and it isn't.
Go on.
I feel like Pete Dunne is just a character. He's just nothing's changed in his demeanor. He's just simply sided with the bad guys because the Undisputed Era turned on him earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a heel turn. I just thought it was character development.
Yeah. Well, this was supposed to be Ridge Holland.
Yeah.
Weren't it? Before he got injured. So they brought in Pete Dunne to sort of do this role, which is fair enough. At least you got a really good replacement.
Yeah, I thought he gets him doing so.
You had Tommaso Ciampa, just a little backstage promo, just saying he doesn't recognize NXT anymore. You had Drake Maverick and Killian Danes, Halloween hijinks, just dressing up. Maverick was dressed up as Hulk Hogan. They were doing the famous promo. Killian Dane walks in as the Shockmaster, but doesn't know where he is. Typical comedy, wrestling comedy.
Yeah, it was a night. It was just a little skit, really, wasn't it? Yeah, Drake Maverick made me laugh with the Hogan stuff.
He's great, isn't he, Drake?
It's light-hearted nonsense.
Yeah. We had backstage segment. Cameron Grimes was just going backstage, pleading with Mr. Regal, please don't let him go there.
Can we just do all of this now? Because this is my favourite thing all week.
Go on.
This was the best by far of anything on this show. Just Cameron Grimes backstage, pleading with Mr. Regal to not to come with him to the parking lot. He says, "No, I can meet him in the ring. Let's have a normal match."
Regal goes, "No."
Yeah, Michael P.S.A. is backstage. He gets on the van to take him to the venue.
For some reason.
Tries to be confident as he enters the haunted house, but the air of confidence goes quite quickly. He just, tells the zombies, don't come any further from Cameron Grimes. He eventually sees Loomis. But for me, I went back and watched it yesterday. By far, the funniest thing was the shower scene.
Yeah.
Where he goes running scared into the shower and goes, "Well, what do we have here?"
Ooh, look at
I didn't know Loomis had a sister.
He starts stripping off.
So make some way for Cameron Grimes.
He's great, isn't he? I've never been the biggest fan, but this thing it's all the little. It's Loomis thing. He doesn't have to do much. He's just a bit creepy. So when Grimes is walking through, Loomis is just sat in a tree. When he goes to a room, the door opens and Loomis is there just staring at him. This match was more about Cameron Grimes than it was Loomis.
Oh yeah, I've been well on the Cameron Grimes hype train for a while now, since NXT Takeover, the SummerSlam one.
Yeah.
I've just the Cameron Grimes to the moon stuff. He's so good. But
the thing is, the segment didn't even end at the thing, so Grimes finally escapes. He gets in a car. Loomis is sat in the car. Grimes gets out of the car and he runs from wherever the haunted house was all the way back to the Capitol Wrestling Center. Somehow, it was Forrest Gump-esque. He gets back to the Capitol Wrestling Center. Loomis is there waiting. There are zombies. There are contortionists.
Yeah, he crawls into the graveyard in the venue and just sort of finds himself surrounded by zombies, backing away, going, "Don't come any further." I think at one point he goes, "You better stay away from me. I'm Cameron Grimes."
He's unreal, isn't it?
The visual of this though was phenomenal. Because
When
when
the
Loomis gets back in the ring and you've got all the smoke and the zombies surrounding him.
and then hits him. He does the silence, and then him walking away as the ring's still crowded with smoke. Grimes' body just seemingly disappears.
Oh, it was so cool.
It was great. It was shot perfectly, and it fit the Halloween theme. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Lovely.
and then as Loomis walks up the ramp, the lights just go off, and I think we just got to presume Cameron Grimes got eaten by zombies.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing. We'll see where Cameron Grimes goes after this, but I think he'll be fine. Santos Escobar defeats Jake Atlas in a non-title match. It was Mendoza who put the loaded lucha mask on, hit him with a headbutt, allows Escobar to get an easy win. Escobar
It was a
showing
bit short.
it was very short, showing some love to Rey Mysterio on his do you know when Mysterio wore the Riddler
Yeah.
wrap?
Yeah, they're all right, but it could have gone with. I know you've only got a certain amount of time, but yeah, it was a bit short.
Rhea Ripley defeated Raquel Gonzalez. Great result, really good match.
I didn't really watch this, to be honest.
I did really just two big women going at it. You know, we say two meaty men going at it. It's two meaty women.
Yeah,
just
too tall. I know it sounds really insulting when you say that.
It's not, but they are just jacked.
Yeah,
I feel like Vince.
Yeah, I can see him. Do you think he'll call up Raquel Gonzalez?
Yes, I
Do you
think
think
Raquel's going to be the next
her?
woman to be called up.
I don't think he likes Rhea Ripley. Otherwise, we wouldn't have seen her get beat by Charlotte Flair and then
No,
all of a sudden
But
go
that
back
is
to
Charlotte.
No.
I had a dream last night that Charlotte Flair was pregnant.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
What do you not have dreams about wrestlers? God, Simon.
I'm trying to think the last dream that I had about a wrestler. I can't.
Have I
I
ever
don't
told you
think
the
there's
story
anyone.
about me at WrestleMania?
No.
So I'll tell the story. We'll talk about it. No, we'll tell the story. So in my dream, right, I'm at the Oscars. Yes, I'm at the Oscars, and I'm on my phone, and I get a message from Triple H saying we need you to come down the road. For some reason, the Oscars and WrestleMania are on at the same time, and so I reply back saying yes. Where do I need to go? Blah blah blah. The dream obviously doesn't happen, but the dream takes me to like it was like a football stadium where players walk in the tunnel. I was
Yeah.
in a tunnel and I was stood next to the other wrestlers. Now, off the top of my head, I can't remember a lot of them. It was like Ziggler, Elias, a couple of others, and Alfonso Davis, the footballer.
Yeah.
We come out to the ring. The ring is 3 layers. The floor is bubbling, and basically the rules is either pinfall or you get thrown out of the ring into the bubble. The match goes on, people being eliminated. There's me, Alfonso Davis, Ziggler, and Elias left. Elias looks like he's got the match won. Everyone's down, he's getting ready to throw him. Big Show comes out, and he's immune to the bubble. Big Show comes out, eliminates Elias. Me, Ziggler, and Davis team up just to take out Big Show of the equation. We eliminate Ziggler by he skins the cat, and then I hit Alfonso Davis with my finisher. Genuinely one of the most mental dreams I've ever had.
Yeah, I've got nothing to rival that. I'm looking.
I thought you was like, I'm looking at my old dreams to see if I've had any. Everything all good? I can't hear him, so we'll go on to NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai. I'm just going to remove him and re-add him, see if this works. There you go, Simon. Not here. NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai defeats Candice LeRae in a tables, ladders, and scares match. Now, obviously, the wheel got spun again. I definitely think the one problem they had with this show was the spin the wheel, make the deal matches. They were all typical generic WWE. We had a street fight and a TLC match, basically. There you go, you're back.
I didn't realise I lost connection. I was just telling you about how I thought Lord Tensai's debut was one of the best segments. Did you hear this?
No. Go on.
Yeah, I used to be really scared of Lord Tensai, and I thought his demolition of Alex Riley on his debut in 2013 was like one of the best segments of all time. And then like when he beat like Cena and stuff, and then like when he turned into Tons of Funk, I was really sad. But if you go back and watch his debut, I was really impressed.
Little Simon
I showed it
sat
to my
there
friend.
as 10 size making his debut. He's jumping
He's,
behind the sofa.
say what you want with hindsight, but his VTs to say that it was coming were really good.
Yeah.
It just done. Thing is, I didn't know who A Train was. I thought he was this like mental Japanese fellow with Japanese writing tattoo on his face. I didn't know he was some American bloke.
You know what, fair play. I'm trying to think if there's ever been a
Wrestling
wrestler.
was fun. Wrestling was fun.
I'm trying to think of a wrestler that's ever scared me so much. The Boogeyman, like when I was younger looking at old WWE.
Yeah,
You know, the segment between Wyatt and Cena where the kid's singing he's got the whole world in his hands. And I was like old enough to like know that it's fake, but being sat in a dark room by yourself and hearing that.
I miss WWE back then.
Just,
There was some. I mean, it is better now, but there's something about I don't know. It's just nostalgia, isn't it?
Yeah. But I was just talking about Io Shirai defeating Candice LeRae, and I was saying that I think my biggest problem with this pay-per-view was that the Spin the Wheel Make the Deal. All the matches were generic WWE matches.
Yeah.
And that was my one problem. I thought you can't.
Yeah, mix it up a bit, but then you don't want to exhaust the concepts, so hopefully we'll just do it next year.
Yeah, that's the one problem. But yeah, like you said, hopefully do it next year, and sort of spice it up a bit. But
it's Impact time. Sorry.
Io came out with Poppy. Really, it was a good match. It really was. Again, this was all about the big spots you had. I think the biggest one was two of the ones. They were both on the side of the apron. Both went through tables at the same time. Candice gets up, looks like she's going to win because an unknown assailant dressed in the scream rope comes out, picks her up, puts her on her shoulders, and starts lifting her up the ladders. Thingy comes out, Shotzi Blackheart, the host Halloween Havoc, attacks, just stops them from winning. Io Shirai then throws Candice outside on the apron and the announce desk onto the table. Candice and either Io pushes Candice off the ladder, and Candice goes out of the ring through the ladder. She lands the knee first on the ladder. Horrible. Io Shirai wins. Fair enough. Glad that the women are main eventing.
Yeah,
But great Halloween Havoc. Great.
Pretty much the same. Yeah, we're good. It was 2 hours of fun.
Yeah,
and we
really good show.
Fun.
Really enjoyed it. But now it's time for. Have you got? We'll do 205 Live the main event. Have you got the 205 Live results?
Yeah.
I've already got them.
I've got main event, but I think there were two main events. No, there were two main event tapings.
Okay. Have you got both? I've got the 205 here.
Yeah. So main event, Humberto Carrillo defeated Tucker. And Ricochet beat Angel Garza. Jeez. And then on the most recent one, Lindsay beat Humberto.
Go on, Lindsay.
Oh, cool. And Eric beat Titus O'Neil. So Eric's back from injury.
Oh, that's nice. I knew you were
going to. He got surgery, didn't
he? Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
And 205 Live?
I got 205, yeah. It was good this week. I enjoyed it. Kurt Stallion beat Ari Daivari. So that's his first win. And then Mansoor and Brian Kendrick defeated Chase Parker and Matt Martel. It was set up in a good backstage segment because Mansoor and Brian Kendrick are just backstage, just sort of chilling. Everrise come in, start trash talking as they do, saying, it saddens them how Brian Kendrick's declined. He gets beat now and he shakes the hand. Where's his aggression gone? Where's his ruthless streak? And then they set up a match for later on in the night. And then I think Chase Parker Matt Martel just pulls out a basketball and just puts it in the net. I don't know the terminology. He shoots the hoop and just walks out like with his arms out. It's really strange. I love Everrise. I should give a shout out to UK this week because they had a match of the year contender.
Yeah.
Where Volta killed Ilya Dragunov.
Yeah. It's just because Ilya being spanked. I haven't seen the full match. No, but I know
it was rough.
Yeah. Ilya's
Nothing
still
more fair than
incredible.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But who beat what Volta?
That's the thing. Who does it?
Rampage Brown does because he's debuting. That's the thing.
Yeah, I like Rampage.
Rampage Brown has signed with NXT UK, British indie legend.
Yeah, I like Rampage.
Right, so Impact.
Go on. I know you've been waved. I've even put it on the title and the thumbnail for you today. The thumbnail's hidden.
I did notice that. So we just casually kick things off with a World Championship match between Eric Young and Rich Swann.
As you do.
Because how else are you going to start an episode of Impact? Right, I need to mute this chat because it's football. Give me a second. Yeah, so basically, I think like Eric Young comes out, and no, it's Rich Swann. Rich Swann comes out. I think Eric Young attacks him. Brawl gets broken up, and then Rich Swann, fighting champion, says, "No, let me face Eric Young for the title right now." So that happens, and Rich Swann just beats him in about 10 minutes.
I was shocked to see this when I looked at the card and just looked.
Yeah, I was. It didn't feel like a big match. It felt like a really just weird opener, and he hit a Phoenix splash and got the win. They've given an A grade here. Yeah, it was quite high stakes and quite high intensity. It just felt different. Felt odd.
Yeah.
Impact. Tommy Dreamer versus Brian Myers, because that's a match we've never seen before, in a hardcore Halloween match. So Tommy Dreamer comes out dressed as Road Warrior Animal. They have a bit of a match. And then the finish comes. Have you seen what's happened here?
No.
So
I've only seen one thing from Impact this week.
Brian Myers hits Dreamer with a clothesline, which puts Dreamer into the thumbtacks as he does. And then not Kurt Hawkins. Brian Myers goes to pick up the trash can to hit Dreamer with it, but it turns out there's a human in the trash can.
It's Swoggle.
It's Swoggle. He emerges, passes Tommy Dreamer a pair of barbecue tongs, and then Tommy Dreamer hits a Dreamer driver through the table for the win. Oh my god, I've muted the wrong bloody chat.
Jesus, popular.
No, it's because there's obviously you can't play football anymore. They're stopping it.
Right.
For everyone, so it's just the plans and stuff. I've muted the chat and it's not going off. I've got no idea what's happening. Tommy Dreamer wins ball. Yeah, it happened. The Rascals versus Triple XL in a rematch from what was the pay-per-view? Bound for Glory. And it went about 5 minutes longer, and Triple XL still won.
Yeah.
Huh? What?
Pointless. I saw that and I thought that's might be the strangest, one of the strangest ones. Like normally when you rebook a match, it's because you want the other person to win.
They did that last time though on the Victory Road kickoff show. They did it. They repeated it the week later and had the same result. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what that were about. That's the thing. Impact this week were all about the main event. They want much else. Sue Young answers Deonna Purrazzo's legal threats.
Oh yeah, I've just had something missed out. We'll talk about after.
It was. Is it the Kylie Ray stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This were a bit weird. So. Yeah, Scott D'Amore tells Deonna Purrazzo that they can get everything tied up in court because like Purrazzo wants, because she's going into contractual law because Sue Young, I think, answered the challenge and not Kylie Ray.
Yeah.
Deonna Purrazzo accepts the terms, and then Sue Young appears, wipes out everyone, and Mandible claws the champion.
Cool.
Yeah, it was okay. It was Impact. Yeah, it was all right.
We all know what we've come to Impact for.
Yeah, honestly, you know what you're getting when you tune in. Rich Swann's parade of challenges and the North infuriates the Good Brothers. So this was really good. So yeah, this was just sort of two back-to-back segments backstage. So the Rascals and Willie Mack congratulate Rich Swann on retaining the world title, but then who walks in? Moose, who trash talks Willie Mack, and I think they're setting up a match. But Moose is basically going for the world title. I think that's what's next.
Yeah,
Rich Swann versus Moose. And then Rich Swann comes across Sami Callihan and Ken Shamrock, and they're basically saying like, "Oh, they're watching."
Is he C3 on the show?
No, he's not signed with Impact.
Is he not signed?
No, I watched him on Ring of Honor this morning.
Good.
That's where he's doing his stuff at the moment. Yeah, it's all right. And then the North were backstage telling stories to the security team when the Good Brothers interrupted. And then there was a little bit of a brawl broke out, but basically it was like Ethan Page was just like bad mouthing the Good Brothers. And then like Gallows taps him on the back, and then like Ethan Page just slaps him, and they have the brawl. And Ethan Page has really milked this on social media. Like he brought out t-shirts of it
For God's sake.
and made
Like
all sorts of compilations of just the slap. It's really funny.
speaking of t-shirts, have you seen the Young Bucks
No.
band? So do you know that the image got leaked where in like WWE production of like the band images list,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and it's like AW Impact and stuff, and then thingy Young Bucks on their own Pro Wrestling Tees page have just released one that's their band image, same band.
Fair enough. That's very Young Bucks.
It is very Young Bucks. You are correct.
And then finally, Jimmy Jacobs walks in on a party for Rohit Raju, but Rohit Raju is the only person at the party. He tells him that if TJP had won the match, Jimmy Jacobs tells Rohit Raju that TJP had the match won until Raju stole the win. And then Rohit Raju kicked him out of the party and celebrated on his own.
Yeah,
it was fun. They've announced Knockouts tag titles. Tasha Steelz and Kira Hogan were bullying Alicia Edwards for not having a tag partner, so Jordan Grace steps up to the mark.
Yeah.
Steelz and Hogan won, and then Jordan Grace walked out on Alicia Edwards at the end. It was all right. They were never a tag team, so it's not like they're breaking up. She was simply just filling in, really, just something to do.
Okay.
Bit bored, think I'll join in the match. And then came the wedding.
The best segment, January of 2020 so far.
What more do you need to say? Everyone comes down to the ring. The Alicia Edwards with the swing man on her arm. Did you see that bit?
Yes.
Yeah, the swing man. Taya Valkyrie comes out with Falabar dressed as a massive snowman.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Triple XL wearing wraparound sunglasses for some reason. It was everyone's around the ring. They all come out, recite the vows. No one interrupts. Father James Mitchell says, "You can now kiss the demon," and then they go in and they just stop for about 3 seconds. Which I think makes it even funnier.
It's just yeah.
Not that they just like the lights went off just a bit late.
It's the thing of they realised, oh crap, we've timed this a bit wrong. Hold it.
Lights out, gunshot, scream, Bravo. Blood on his chest, unconscious in the ring. Dreamer kneels down, shouts, "Who shot Bravo?" And then does the proper cheesy no. End of show.
But Simon, I think the biggest question is, who did shoot Johnny Bravo?
Well, have you seen, I think on Tommy Dreamer's Twitter, he's doing a bit of like a sort of murder mystery Cluedo stuff, like he's going around with like a magnifying glass wearing like his detective's outfit, looking on the hunt for clues. Impact's going to be really good this week.
I can see it.
Who shot Bravo? I don't know. Who could have shot Bravo?
That's the thing. You actually look. Who actually could it have been?
Curtis Axel.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Matt Cardona.
That's the thing. Who actually will it be?
Tessa Blanchard looking for revenge on the company.
I don't know. It's just sort of thing is, has he even been shot? That's a question. Maybe he's faked his own death.
No, because there was the gunshot. How's he got blood on his chest?
Fake gunshot, and then he's got a blood pack.
Nah, that'd be well anticlimactic. Because what does he get out of it? He's a comedy character.
No, the thing is, he's officially declared dead. And he's not on the show for like a good 4 weeks while Tommy Dreamer's trying to find clues. And then one day he just appears randomly backstage.
His entire character is that he's basically a simp for Taya Valkyrie until like a few months ago. He's not going to fake his own death.
Right. I like Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
I just want to know who killed him. Which I don't think I've ever said on wrestling.
I don't think there's anyone in Impact that I don't like, to be honest. That's the
No.
thing. The standard of wrestling, I don't think has ever been higher. Not in Impact, just in wrestling.
Hmm.
Everyone's really good,
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone is absolutely class.
apart
No,
from
what am I
Lars.
saying? Absolutely class. No, they're good.
Yeah.
They're half decent.
Wait, who?
And Neil said everyone on the Impact roster is class.
Why? Who are you saying isn't the Swingman?
I don't know. Just I can't say everyone on that roster is class.
Yeah, but yeah, but what I mean by that is they're not main eventing.
No,
The comedy guys and undercard guys should be there because they're
yeah,
funny. You
the
know,
comedy guys, the comedy stuff is great on Impact.
Winger, Crazy Steve, Falabar, they're not main event
No,
talent.
no, no.
They're not like
Swoggle, Tommy
everyone.
Dreamer, yeah,
What I mean by everyone's class, I think, is that everyone is booked to what they should be in terms of their capabilities.
yeah,
Everyone is where they kind of should be on the card, and I think you get the impression from Impact that everyone's just having fun,
yeah, yeah.
and
I know what you
that's
mean.
what it's about, I guess.
That's the thing. You look at some of the segments and you can clearly tell that they're enjoying it.
Yeah,
And that's one thing. Like when the New Day
makes
have
it fun
these
to watch.
certain segments, you know that they've enjoyed them. Right.
Yeah, do
Thank
you
you for
think
your
Lars
input.
enjoyed the sit down interview?
Who for a sit down interview?
School shooter Lars Sullivan.
Ah, well, you know what? I'm contrasting this.
I like
But
the interview. I thought it was all right. I'm in the.
so we'll talk about it. So yeah, same. So Lars sits down with Michael, Corey Graves, and Corey Graves is just talking about it. And he goes, "Well, people call you freaking." Lars goes, "Do you think I wanted to hear that? People chanting the freak,
But
freak."
let's not forget, it's the freak Lars Sullivan in a polo shirt and jeans,
Yeah,
well
I,
dressed. Just, huh?
it's like him going,
I think they're trying to make him like Frankenstein. I
"Yeah,
think he's the misunderstood monster who wants to be liked, but
but
because
people are
people call
forcing
him the
him not to be."
freak,
Yeah,
he's turned into a monster. I think there's a bit of
because
character
I
dimension.
think his impact thing was that he was incredibly smart, weren't it?
And his NXT
Not
stuff,
impact, yeah, his NXT.
yeah, the monster who was really eloquent, but they
I
scrapped
think
that
that's what
quite
it.
quickly. But I really
Well,
like them.
I think that's what he's quite going to. Because his promo was really good, like in terms of clear speaking.
Yeah, like Lars is obviously not the greatest person outside the ring, and I feel like
You got. I think
lots
there's
of,
a point you have to ignore that in terms of wrestling.
I feel like I just feel like lots of people are too quick to rule him out. I think
Yeah,
whatever he does, people are going to say is terrible because they can't look past that, and that's fair enough. It all depends on certain things, I guess. I mean, obviously, I don't condone anything that he's done, but I find it easier to go with what he's doing than Velveteen Dream. There's still something about Velveteen Dream that feels really
same.
off.
Same. I think with Lars, everything has been proven, and so yes, he's a bit of a creep.
Yeah, yeah,
He's a bit of a
and he was
racist.
he apologised and he got fined hundred
The
thousand
racism
dollars.
thing, I think, you can't look past, but it's very at least not as honest. But there are a lot of people in that company who we know are
Yeah,
who we
yeah,
know are
yeah.
racist and
I just
have
think
not said
Lars is,
anything. I saw at least Laz has apologised. Apologies means nothing when
no,
it
it
comes to
doesn't.
race, but at least he's owned up to his actions.
Apparently, as well, backstage, he made a real conscious effort to sort of apologise and learn, but then obviously the booty pick stuff kind of,
True, but yeah,
yeah,
that's
I
just
don't
him
know.
being a bit of a sex fiend. That's all.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I was going to compare him to Angel Garza then, because I was going to say like Angel Garza's just always horny. I kind of feel like Lars is the same.
Laz is the same, but outside of wrestling.
Yeah, I think that's
Um,
the.
but we enjoyed the thing.
Well,
Roman Reigns,
also,
gone.
he's horny in a different way because Lars isn't the type to just give someone a rose and sweet talk them.
He's the type to do something a lot more drastic, as I think we could put it politely.
Yeah, but basically, he was never. All the kids were screaming, and he was never allowed back in the school.
Yeah,
Did he kill them or shoot or beat them up or?
I think he might have beaten them up. I think
Okay,
he's got the insinuating, maybe murdered them.
cool.
Roman Reigns promised Jey Uso he would fall in line by the end of the night. And Jay basically like, no, how could you? You're a snake. You're a snake. And Roman just very calm, going, "You will fall in line. You will, and Uso just screams that he hates Reigns, like a kid when the parent doesn't give him anything they want. He just screams, "I hate you, Roman." And the big from say will fall in line by the end of the night. And how right he was. Kevin Owens beat Dolph Ziggler after Robert Roode got ejected from ringside. KO is the first man on that men's team. So
Um, yeah, he is. Oh, Kevin Owens feels really unimportant.
he does.
He feels like
I
he's
wanted to
just
have a big
there,
Survivor Series moment.
just chilling. Yeah, he feels like he's got no edge to him. He's
No.
doing comedy, but I say he's doing comedy. He's in his backstage skits, but I don't know. And then you watch him on Talking Smack with Sami Zayn, just like what a pairing.
Them two, obviously the best mates and stuff. And when you're with a mate that you've got you know so well, it works like incredibly well. It's just a shame. A moment that I audibly sighed at. Natalia was on my TV.
Oh,
Bianca Belair.
do you cite the fact that she's on TV? Does it not even matter what she's doing?
I just sighed because she was there. Yes.
Oh, have you not seen
You
her
know I'm not a
Walter
fan.
shots?
Yeah. What is that?
Did we talk about this last week?
No, we didn't.
Did we
Go on.
not? Well, Natalia and her sister have got a YouTube channel, and Natalia hit her with the loudest chop, but it wasn't meant to be a chop. It was just like a playful slap on the
It was
chest
a tit.
area.
It was a tit slap.
But I think they could hear it on the other side of the world.
Yeah. The Walter-esque. I mean, match of the year, please.
It's such a funny video.
Walter versus Natalia for the UK Championship.
I'd be up for
Fuck off. You beat up for it.
that. Yeah, you can't tell me you want to see Natalia versus Walter.
I would. Bianca Belair does defeat Billie Kay and Natalia. Triple threat qualifying match. The woman is added to the match. So I don't mind. I love Bianca winning. I do. I do. As long as this doesn't mean that Billie Kay is not. You know what? Never mind. I would say I wouldn't want Billie Kay in the match, but because Peyton isn't in there, unfortunately, it doesn't matter.
Billie Kay were the best thing about this match anyway.
Oh.
But I kind of think this is her role as a singles.
Yeah.
As a singles wrestler, she ain't going to be a main eventer. She's just she needs Peyton and Peyton needs her. I was so sad to watch that Peyton Royce VT on Raw.
I don't
It
understand.
feels so wrong. It feels dirty.
Why do you break your best asset up? Your best women assets you broke up just because you looking a bit kooky and Vince breaking up a tag team.
At least they'll learn the lesson, and when they break up Heavy Machinery, I'm sure they'll have a good plan for Tucker.
Yeah, it's for sure, 100%. We had the Murphy extend the olive branch from a series, so him and Aaliyah come out. And Murphy does a really nice promo just saying, "I am sorry. I was brainwashed, basically." And he just says, "Please come out." He says, "Seth's music kit," and it just is to get the further conflict. Rollins called Dominic a coward. Dominic came out and started attacking him. Murphy pulled Dominic off Seth, but then started attacking Seth. Rollins got away. Dominic began to shove Murphy. Them two started to brawl. Rhea comes out, and then everything ready to 619 Murphy. Aaliyah stands in front. Oh, she's defending Murphy. This is lovely. These two people, like a nice little friendship, isn't it? And then she screamed she loved Murphy, and she refused to go with Dominic and Ray, and then they just got off in the middle of the ring.
It was weird and
it was awkward. The thing is, right, the age is weird. It is 19 and is it 19 and 30? How old's Murphy? I know Aaliyah's 19.
It's 19 and 32.
It is weird. I mean, we've seen Stranger. We have. She is of the legal age. There's technically nothing wrong with it, but there just is, isn't there?
It's also just a crap. It's also just a crap storyline.
Yeah, I'd love it if it was Aaliyah really likes Murphy in terms of Murphy's been helping her train in the ring or something simple. And now that she didn't want to learn Mysterio or something.
That'd be even more sinister given everything that's happened.
Take away the love angle. Sorry. in terms of Aaliyah's defending Murphy, not because she loves him, but because she's training him to be a wrestler. She didn't want to learn under the Mysterios because of the family pressure or whatever. That's simple. If you still want Murphy involved in this,
No, I still think that's
it's
really
stupid.
sinister.
Would you rather have this? Yeah, you probably
No,
would actually.
I'd rather you just didn't do it.
It's mental, innit?
There's no easy answer.
It's
I'm
got
not
things written all over it, doesn't it?
I'm not just saying no to the idea and then not bringing up an alternative. The alternative is just don't do it.
Yeah.
They just kill it. Or surely Rey Mysterio's triceps have got to be good to go now. Do this Seth versus Rey match and get it done.
Get it over and done with, and then find something else for these lot. Street Profits defeats Cesaro and Nakamura. Love a little spot. Cesaro presses Montez Ford over the barricade, gets some lovely height. But yeah, pick up the win. They're the champions. I suppose you can't.
Yeah, well done then.
Bianca. Bayley challenged Sasha Banks to a SmackDown's Women's title match. Sasha comes out, gets a lovely little thing. She's the champion. She beat Bayley's year-long reign. But when Sasha turns her attention to the champion versus champions match against Asuka, Bayley interrupts and challenges Banks to a SmackDown's Women's Championship rematch next week on SmackDown. And Banks accepted it practically straight away. Then the main event. Unless you got any thoughts on the Sasha Bayley stuff.
No.
No. The main event. Jey Uso versus Daniel Bryan for a qualifying match. Really good match. Reigns comes out ringside. Comes out on the ringside and he's just watching Jey. And it is like a really good match. And then Jey just like switches up, hits a bunch of kicks and just hits a Uso splash and picks up the win. I thought, wow, that's surprising. But you know what? He was in a title match. Brian hasn't been. Maybe Brian goes on like a rustiness or something.
Yeah,
and then
I thought Jey was gonna win because he's on a bit of a hot streak, and if like Brian's literally said, like he just wants to put over younger talent. So,
yeah,
I mean,
fair
yes,
point.
it makes Brian look a bit crap, but I think that's what he
It's
wants at this
Brian as
point.
well. Yeah. Reigns comes into the ring and sort of stares at Jey. Jey just screams, "I understand now. I understand now." And then he just decimates Daniel Bryan for the entire end of the show and after the show. And I really like it. Was a new side we saw of Jey. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's the natural progression. Although I am a little bit sad to see the end of fiery babyface Jey Uso, but I know this is where the story should go.
Yeah.
But my days, Jey Uso, he's maybe my MVP of 2020. Genuinely, like out of everyone in that company, and I know he's only been doing it for 2 months, but the work, it's phenomenal. I mean, I know a lot of people probably say Drew McIntyre, and some will probably even say Roman Reigns. But for me, it's Jey Uso.
Yeah. It's that gut thing, innit? He's not good. Yeah, it's just that 2 months has just proved that anyone can step up and be the guy.
Yeah, he's just been honestly, like it's been the perfect. It's pretty much been a perfectly booked feud. I think it's probably the best thing they've done on SmackDown since Kofi Mania.
Yeah.
Was there anything that good last year?
Oof, no.
Oh no, last year was Kofi Mania.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Mental, innit?
Wow. Yeah.
It's all just shut down. Well, yeah, it's all just shut down. But we'll move on to Monday Night Raw. In my the show opened up with Randy Orton. He's in the ring cutting a promo. Randy just calls out Drew or the Fiend and says, "Come out here." None of the music. It's Alexa. Alexa comes down on smiling. And she's got 2 new gloves. It says, this is where I get it right. Something and pain. Fun and pain.
And play.
Pain and play. And she starts talking and stuff. And she just said, he's always here or something. Boom, the lights go spooky. It's not the Fiend. Alexa leaves. It's Drew McIntyre. Hits him with the Claymore. And holds the belt over him and stuff. Okay, fair enough.
I can't decide whether I like this Alexa Bliss thing.
Same. Well, I like it. I really like it.
It's really good in the Funhouse, but when comes out in front of the Thunderdome, I almost feel like it's slightly too hokey.
A little. Especially with the Nikki Cross backstage room when Nikki finds her and she starts talking and she touches her and Alexa just stares at her with the eyes.
I didn't mind that too
Take,
much. I didn't think that was too bad.
I think it might just take a while, you know.
Yeah, I'm willing to give it a chance, obviously, because it is really good. It's not quite found its place yet. I don't think.
Yeah, I think we're just so used to the Alexa of proper babyface, smiley, all that. I think it's going to take not a while, but a bit to go. Okay, this is the Alexa we need to
Yeah,
see.
I mean, it's far better than Alexa Bliss in a team with Nikki Cross. That was just dreadful. Yeah. Well, it wasn't dreadful. It just didn't make any sense. But yeah.
We had a guitar and a pole match as well this show. Jeff Hardy defeating Elias. He gets it. He does win the match. Hits Elias with the guitar. The guitar doesn't break, but Elias gets the victory. Hopefully this is over.
I think it is.
Good.
Just do this at Hell in a Cell?
Yeah. Not prolong it. Yeah. Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler defeat Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. Okay. Why is the Survivor Series team facing each other?
Because they're women's tag champs, #1 contenders.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Bobby Lashley defeats R-Truth and then drags. So R-Truth comes out and what was it? He says he said he wasn't going to fight. He didn't know he fight Bobby Lashley. He thought he'd fight Bobby Boucher. Yeah. He thought he'd fight the Water Boy, which is a nice little R-Truth thing. Lashley comes out, hits him with the full Nelson. Gulak tries to make the most of the opportunity. Lashley stops that, but then he's still Gulak. So one thing I do like is Gulak doesn't know he's the 24/7 champion. I'm guessing it's why they're selling it.
Yeah, they did a backstage segment, didn't they, where he kind of just woke up with it on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Angel Garza shares a message for special someone.
This was the highlight of Raw.
He's great, isn't he?
Yeah, it was the connection with the person at home. His heart beats. He's
class, isn't he?
He looks like he wants to laugh the entire time. And he's so good. I love Angel Garza. I don't think he could do any wrong.
No.
They've done quite well in not flattening him out.
Yeah.
He's still
relevant main event and stuff,
and quite funny. Yeah. Obviously, I only say that because I look at the next match and I think, oh, Keith Lee.
Yeah.
Keith Lee.
So we had a Survivor Series thing. AJ comes out and he invites Sheamus as the team captain. He invites Sheamus and Keith to come out. And who interrupts this? Braun Strowman comes out. And Braun just basically it's all about AJ laid out his plans as self-proclaimed captain of Team Raw Survivor Series. The most came up for his opportunity. And basically said if Strowman can beat Sheamus and Keith Lee, he gets on the team. Is basically how it went. And
just why would he want? I don't know why he'd want his 3 teammates to face each other though.
Yeah, that's same, but it's AJ. And anyway, so the finish came. Sheamus is about to hit. Keith's about to pin. Hit a move on Braun. Sheamus bro kicks Keith. Braun pins Sheamus, and then after the match, they all have afters, and then ends there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's really nothing, wasn't it?
It happened. It's a bit naff. I hope Team SmackDown wins. I don't even know who's on it, and I hope they win.
Just Jeyuso and Kevin. Just have them 2 win. The Fight Club Funhouse segment we had, so it comes and it wasn't the best. They did swear on it, which I really liked. So the blah blah they're talking and Bray starts talking about Randy and stuff, and Abby the Witch goes, "How can you talk about that?" Blah blah, and she ends up saying beep beep beep, and the Fiend and Alexa go yowie wowie, swearing. The Bray, not the Fiend, Bray starts swearing, but it's bleeped. You have to put money in the swear jar, and then he goes, "But I've got a trick to show you," and he does the thing where he covers Alexa's eyes with the heel hand. Comes back, Alexa's got the eyes fair enough. She's got a really long tongue.
Is that what it was? I thought she was like
Or
spitting
was
blood.
it blood? Or in
I
my
thought,
head, it was she's got a really long tongue.
I thought it was like a Haribo strawberry at first. It's
One of them rainbow laces.
yeah, I don't know what it was, and I don't know what it aimed to achieve,
I
and
thought it was
what
just, oh, she's got a really scarily long tongue.
will it play into anything. I just
Ah,
it was a really good segment. I really liking it up to that point, and then I just
same.
sort of looked around my room, and I was just
What?
what?
What's going on? It's weird. Fuck it. Yeah. Nia Jax defeated Lana and put her through an announce table as per.
I
Uh,
turned notifications off.
Sam.
It's
Um,
infuriating.
New Day come out. Hurt Business in the New Day come out. And you know what? Really good promo. New Day just taking the piss out of Hurt Business. Going like, oh, Lashley. Xavier goes, Lashley, I remember you beating people and stuff. I remember when I was in the 6th and 7th grade, calling Lashley old, talking about MVP, talking about MVP Shelton, been gone for a while, real high tier. And yeah, you, Cedric, you're there. Well done, Cedric. Um, they started taking the piss of the Hurt Business. It led to a tag team match. Non-title Cedric Alexander and Shelton defeating the New Day. Non-title though, but I suppose if that's your tag team feud, I'm all for it. The problem is, I was talking to KL about Survivor Series how you have to put all feuds on hold, but also you've got feuds going, which is the problem.
Yeah, hang on. Have we had the Tucker stuff? No, not yet. Where are we?
It's after.
Hurt Business. Yeah, the Kofi 8 second stuff made me was kind of
Yeah.
interested. Cedric Alexander's really good. Yeah, they've got the win, haven't they? So
Yeah.
they've got the win, but also the New Day are focused on the Street Profits. So
Yeah.
Hurt Business versus New Day at TLC.
Yeah, I'm all for the TLC match. Ooh. Cedric
Yeah,
and Shelton could do a good one.
whatever, really. Yeah, ladder match. No, they'll do TLC for the one at main belts, won't they? I don't
Maybe,
know.
yeah. Backstage, Ricochet confronts Tucker, which leads to a match. Ricochet beats Tucker in 20 seconds.
Is that what it was? 20 seconds?
It was either
I
30,
thought we had
20,
I
or
thought
8.
we had a decent match.
I think it was 20 or 30 seconds. Hold up. Ricochet versus Tucker. I'm very confident it was 20 or 30 seconds.
Oh, don't say that.
Tucker gets a new look and jobber status.
Wow.
If I type in time, Timna, where is it? It gets buried on Raw. Is what everything's saying.
Yeah, it sounds
Has
like
a new
it.
look. He gets no entrance and loses to Ricochet in seconds. Yeah.
Oh man. Right. Okay. Well, that's the end of Tucker.
So Ali comes out anyway. Ali comes out during this match, and after Ricochet picks the win, and then Retribution decimate Ricochet. Sure.
No, Ricochet clobber Tucker.
Is that what it is?
No, Ricochet
No.
won. No,
Yeah,
wait.
Ricochet defeats Tucker, and then Thingy defeats
Austin,
Retribution.
no one wins.
No.
Oh, this was awful.
Retribution wins, I suppose.
Yeah, Retribution are always the losers. Apart from Slapjack, he's my winner.
I really like him. I like that he's just so energetic. He's like a yappy dog. Yeah.
There's no time. Oh, this week. I feel like Ricochet. And also, this is 8 days removed from Tucker's heel turn.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
He's mental in it.
This
Clearly, I
company.
know. Yeah. Main event time. It was Drew McIntyre defeating The Miz and John Morrison in a 1-2 handicap match. What you'd expect. I forgot to say the cash in. Actually, sorry. Drew hits him with Drew at the opening of the show. Drew hits Randy with the Claymore, puts the belt, and says, "I'm going to get you." Basically, Drew starts to walk off, and Miz and Morrison come out from the side. And Miz gets the referee down, and he goes, "I'm cashing in. I'm cashing in." They announce it. They go, "Miz is cashing his money in the bank." Boom! Drew hits him with a Claymore. Morrison gets Miz out. The bell. The most important thing is the bell doesn't ring.
No, it doesn't. I noticed that at the time I went because.
Oh, Same.
It was just wait for the bell, wait for the bell, wait for the bell, and then Yeah, I never. To be fair, I don't think I ever really believed Miz was gonna cash in.
There were part of me
Um,
that thought, is he gonna get it? Because I was like, and then Drew comes in saying, no, you don't get to do that. I
yeah,
get to do it.
They did it quite well. But,
Yeah, it actually has reasoning for once.
yeah, I was thinking before this. I went so Orton's in a feud with the Fiend. Orton's in a feud with McIntyre. Orton's in a feud with. No, McIntyre's in a feud with the Miz. The Miz is
McIntyre's in a
also
feud
in
with
a
the
feud with.
Fiend, Orton, The Miz, and Morrison.
The Miz is also in a feud with Randy Orton, but Randy Orton is also in a feud with Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
It's
convoluted
crowded.
to say the least. It's
I
very.
feel right because there's a bit of everyone's kind of getting their own bit of screen time. McIntyre's well in the mix, so is the Fiend. They're doing a bit with the Miz, but there's been nothing. There's been nothing with Roman.
No, yeah, and
Really,
have you got 3 weeks or 2 weeks?
November 22nd. So they've got 3 weeks.
So
Well, no, they've got 2 more Raws.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. But Drew McIntyre picks up the win.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Survivor Series now, and the poster it's got the Undertaker on because it's 30 years of the Undertaker. What are they gonna? Is he gonna be there? What are they gonna be?
Is he just gonna come out and do a little promo or something?
I don't know. It's a weird thing to focus it around, especially because he's like retired, supposedly,
and that he hasn't been on any of the main brands for a while. But it's all right because Undertaker was on Jimmy Fallon, so
was he?
Yeah, he tombstoned a pumpkin.
Yeah, was his last match were Boneyard, wasn't it? Because he sort of rode up into the sunset.
But after Raw, McIntyre picks up and then Orton gets the final laugh with an RKO to McIntyre. And as he stood over him, you hear the Fiend's laugh, but the show ends off. I like the ending because, Drew's just picked up a big win over Miz. Orton's just got the heel thing of attack after the match, and the Fiend is still lurking. It still keeps everyone in play.
Yeah, everyone's well in the mix, which I guess is pretty much what we can ask for. Randy versus Roman should be a huge match. Make it seem like it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it should. But you know what? I'm not opposed to what's happening now. I'm not. Oh, right. That was Raw. Again.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah, it was proper nondescript, wasn't it?
It was. This week for the main event. Survivor Series is obviously in 3 weeks, but Full Gear is. I want you to do for Full Gear. I want you to predict. You've always done predictions for Full Gear. Who wins? So AEW and WWE have come together. They have, and the brands are fine, and there's no big things. You're at the company. You're the head of the company, and in 2 years' time, you have the same rosters. What is your WrestleMania main event match for around 3 years' time? And it's WWE and AEW together. It's got to be a WWE guy versus AEW. 3 years. Who is it? Because I've been thinking about this a lot. There are no. In my head, I just see no youth talent. You can say you can have one men's, one women. What youth? This is just a genuine question. What youth talent do you see being the head of WWE and AEW for 3 years in the next 3 years?
AEW, it's MJF, isn't it?
Yeah, MJF has got it.
MJF's fine, and even Cody's got long left. Omega, Hangman Page is in his 20s. You on about WWE?
Yeah, but in WWE, who is that next young guy?
What do you class as young? Do you class young as time in the company, or do you mean actual age?
The age 20 to 24.
Because I was going to say, like, Shawn Michaels called Damian Priest a young up-and-comer, and he's 38.
I'm going to say, what young guy is there in WWE that you could say he can main event in 3 years?
Right, well, it would have been Velveteen. It would have been Velveteen Dream. I don't think Pete Dunne's going to be the top guy.
No, and I don't think how old's Pete Dunne? And I was going to say Austin Theory, but he's been jobbed.
I don't know. I wouldn't give up on Austin Theory just yet.
He's on 20. Tyler Bate again is another one that I would say just hasn't been on shows.
Yeah. Pete Dunne is 26.
Tyler Bates, 23.
Tyler Bate. Yeah, I'm trying to look when his sort of last match was.
How old? Rhea's young, isn't she? Maybe Rhea.
Maybe Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, Rhea's.
Yeah,
How old?
yeah, quite possibly.
She's 23. 24, sorry. Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's the classic problem of if they keep using nostalgia for this much longer, then there won't be any nostalgia in 20 years' time. Like when we're at Goldberg beat the Fiend in Saudi Arabia earlier this year. Yeah, so Tyler Bate hasn't wrestled since Worlds Collide. Surely not.
On WWE, on main WWE TV, probably been on NXT UK. Pro Wrestling Fandom, here we go. Yeah, I'm guessing so. Hold up. That's his championships.
Oh no, apparently Tyler Bate hasn't wrestled since. That was mad. Surely. Yeah, because he had that match with Jordan Devlin at TakeOver Blackpool, which was like, which might be a sleeper match of the year. That was so good. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I know what you mean though. I don't think WWE are going to do that. I don't think they need that top young talent because I just that's not the way they operate.
Okay.
I think they just do it based on who's on form. Yeah. Keith Lee's 35, and at the moment you class him as sort of not an up and comer, but obviously within the company.
I just thought I'd ask because for me, it doesn't scream any youngsters.
All about
sometimes you don't need it.
It's all about when they sign, really, in it, because as I said, what did I just say? Keith Lee's 35, Damian Priest is 38, Bo Dallas is 30.
Yeah, they're still so young or old in their WWE career in terms of like Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas has signed for 12 years.
18.
So I don't think in wrestling age really matters that much.
No.
R-Truth is 5 years older than Cena.
And R-Truth is still, yeah.
You're right. About who could they promote to be a top guy? And it's basically just anyone in NXT, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think they'll really like Karrion Kross.
The same. He's unreal.
I think they'll do. I think they're going to do with Keith Lee what they did with Drew, where they're not going to bring him up and give him that monster push straight away. They're going to give him sort of a year in the mid card and then give him that big push.
Okay. Yeah, I'm all for that.
Remember the Dogs of War.
Let's talk about
Baron Corbin's henchman, Dolph, along with Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler's big man. I'm just looking at the age of Big A. How old is he?
The Dogs of War.
34 only. Oh,
right. 34.
Yeah. So he's still technically young.
Yeah, as Angelo Dawkins.
Oh, for God's sake.
How old is Tino? I think Tino Sabatelli's like 38, you know.
What?
He's 37.
Jesus, man. He looks good for 37. Montez is 30 as well. Bianca.
In the words of Tino Sabatelli, just because you don't see me working hard, doesn't mean that doesn't mean that I'm not working harder than you or something. He's always in the gym. He's a proper gym merchant.
I didn't realise Bianca Belair's 31.
I wait to see him on TV, man.
Yeah.
Is she? I thought Bianca was a lot younger. Oh, as if she's older than Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas.
Montez.
We need Bo back. Seriously.
Bring Bo back.
Hang on, just one more. Lars Sullivan.
Oh, for God's sake.
32.
He's young, isn't he?
He's had a hard life.
Yeah, he's had a hard life.
Bald
from a young age. But thank you very much, Simon. It's been a good one. We're getting another long one. We're getting some good.
Yeah.
The peak of wrestling. Wrestling has been good this week. Can't complain.
This week, and then the week after, you've got Talking Shopper Mania 2 and Impact Turning Point on back-to-back nights.
Nice. But like and subscribe to the channel, notifications, all that YouTube stuff. We're back tonight with the Tuesday Champions League stream. We're back on Wednesday with another Champions League stream. Thursday, Europa League. This Sunday, no F1 from me. There'll probably be some football on. Just have a look on at the _ Sports Corner Twitter. But as always, thank you very much for joining me, Simon. And yeah, we'll see you next week for whatever else is going to happen in wrestling, because who knows anymore.
Yeah, I have no idea.